Want candy now?
What's going on, everybody? Nasdorachi coming back at you again today with another video for Dragon Ball Legends. Now, today we will be going over the Ultra Space Time Banner 7 and a couple other things. This stuff all came out yesterday. I had put out the PvP video with the Frieza Force, and then I had some things to do. So today, Saturday, we're devoting to covering this. Moving forward here, we're going to check out the news first and foremost. If you're familiar with the game, then you already know how they've done this before, but you can just straight up purchase one of the new featured banner units. It is the yellow Super Saiyan 2 Goku. I haven't picked it up yet, but I was considering that and then maybe holding off on all summons until the 2 guaranteed sparking tickets are done and seeing where to go from there. This banner, while it does have some pretty cool units on it, Chilled is good support for the Lineage of Evil team specifically. He's not great for Frieza Force, but for Lineage of Evil, which would be just the Frieza family, like Frieza, and then Cooler, Chilled, I'm sure Final Form Cooler will come out at some point, Golden Frieza, King Cold even maybe, and Cyborg Frieza too. For that mainline Frieza Force team, but not the sub Frieza Force members. That's what the Lineage of Evil tag seems to be. So just the Frieza race members that we're familiar with, and that's what Chilled really does best with. But he can still fit on a Frieza Force team and kind of help out in a supportive way, and because he's the only purple unit, honestly. But straight up, you can buy that there. Every day there are some special login bonuses going on for the next 14 days. Well, it was 14 days, so now there's 13 or 12 days left now, depending. But you want to pick up the Masters Pack guaranteed sparking tickets. Those have some value to them. The silver bells, the energy tickets, chrono crystals. You get 1,000 chrono crystals. So just be sure to log in every day. You can reap those rewards there. And it's a pre-release celebration collab with the Broly movie, which will be coming out in America, I believe, sometime in early to mid-January. It's coming out very soon in Japan, and it's already been leaked. Some people have already seen it. There's spoilers all over the place. I've tried to avoid them as much as possible, you guys. I hate reading spoilers for stuff that I'm super interested in. But that aside, we don't know if there's a Broly banner coming as soon as these pre-release benefits are done, or if they're going to delay it a little bit more for the global dubbed release of the movie worldwide. We're not 100% sure, so we will be preparing for Broly soon, and that's another reason why you may want to save your crystals and not go too crazy on this Ultra Space Time 7 banner, only because well, it honestly depends on what your budget is. If you have a good budget and you can spend healthily on this game and it's not going to affect you, then, you know, that might make your decision a little easier to make. But for the budget or free-to-play players, that's why you may want to avoid going heavy on the Ultra Space Time 7. So we do have the banner here. It features the blue Bardock Super Saiyan, the Chilled, who is purple, and the Super Saiyan 2 Goku. We also have a new EX Super Saiyan 2, I think, Vegeta. I don't know. It's from the Janemba movie. Maybe he's only Super Saiyan 1 at that point. But Goku can go Super Saiyan 3. It's somehow parallel to the Buu arc, even though the movies aren't really in the canon timeline. So I'm assuming he can go Super Saiyan 2, but I guess not. And then a new EX Trunks. That's the future Trunks, when he's back in the Cell Saga. Hyperbolic time chamber outfit and everything. Looks pretty cool on the card art. For honestly, all 3 of these cards have reasonably cool card art, but we'll look at them here on the actual summon banner itself so that we can look at some of their animations as well. So I have 2 out of 7 tickets. I'll definitely be hitting you guys up with those Trash or Treasure videos when those become available. And let's go to featured characters here. So Super Saiyan 2 Goku, this is the purchasable unit. He has, I believe, just another Kamehameha. But the really cool thing about this Goku right here is honestly his red card animation. He like rushes in and does some sort of Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, like 1,000 Fists combo. And it honestly looks really cool, his little rapid punches there. It's like, I don't know, some stuff from Fist of the North Star or something. It's cool looking. but card art is beautiful on him. He is a yellow type. He is the only Saiyan or Super Saiyan, however you want to call it, that has a cover damage mechanic. The hybrid Saiyan Red Trunks has one as well, but of course he's a hybrid Saiyan. We have kind of average-ish stats now. 54,000 on your attacks is kind of average now because we see Ginyu, who's pushing 60,000 blast attacks. So, you know, we're comparing Super Saiyan 2 now to Ginyu. These stats are just kind of average, but he's got a good key restore rate. That's important, and his critical is pretty decent too. Comes with red and yellow, but nothing special on them. Super Saiyan 2 tag and Other World Warrior because he is dead. Nothing crazy on the red yellows. Super Kamehameha does 20% damage inflicted just all around for 10 seconds, which is great. That's a reasonably good buff right there. Something that's teachable to Shallot if you so chose to. Just the whole rounded out damage buff is a good one there. Cancels allies' attribute downgrades, plus 15% to unstrike damage for 25 timer counts. That's pretty good. It's like kind of almost like Dabura's main ability, but you know, just for one attribute downgrade, but it does help the whole team. And he gets a damage buff to his red cards, which again, that's that 1,000 Fists combo, which is really cool looking. So it works well for what he's got going on here. He's just kind of like an average to above average unit, but he does have a heal here as well, so he can kind of have some fairly good sustain going on in battle. I fought him one time. I've only fought one person that's used him so far. I won, but I don't know. He was cool. It was kind of confusing again to fight against. Those red cards are really hard to read at first because I had never seen them before. But again, he's a yellow team bench unit, so he's a buffer for yellow teams. And with Pikkon and Frieza's buff recently, mono yellow teams are pretty dang strong right now. You can get ability buffs that are well over 1,500% with a mono yellow team, and I've seen situations where Pikkon and Frieza have taken out red characters without too many problems. You still have to worry about not taking too much damage, but you're able to hurt them enough where mono yellow is actually a viable team right now. A little risky, but still viable. You have 30% strike damage every time he faces up against Vegeta. So they don't really fight each other in the Janemba movie, but well, I guess Majin Vegeta's in the background of this card. So Goku being dead, this is not the Janemba. Only the EX Vegeta is the Janemba saga. So that does make sense. Sustained damage cut. We're familiar with these mechanics if you're again familiar with the red hybrid Saiyan Teen Trunks from the future, or Piccolo, or Android 17. Android 16 has actually a little bit better version of this, but that's only because he gets half the health back. This is a 40% damage cut, so not bad. Plus 20% to own damage inflicted, so he does get a damage buff coming out of this. So it's almost like a hybrid offensive and defensive ability here. Again, I like this character. I'm not entirely sure if Goku needed another yellow, seeing as we have the Heart Virus Goku version of him. But I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's cool that you can buy it. He is a reasonably good unit there. So Bardock is the prize on this banner here. He is a crit buffer. He's great on Super Saiyan 1 based teams, so that does limit his effectiveness a little bit. Really cool looking Ultimate Arts card technique right here. Basically looks like they corroborated with Dragon Ball Fighters to make that one there. But it is from the movie, so we'll give it that. Again, very clean looking. And Revolt Pile here, I believe, the same special move that the EX Bardock tosses out. Yes, that is super cool looking as well. So again, this character is quite good. Probably the best one on the banner. 61k strike attack, so that's a little bit above average, and blast attack, 56k. That's funny that Super Saiyan 1 Bardock stats are better than the dead Super Saiyan 2 Goku. It's like, alright, well, whatever. His critical and key restore speed are also relatively good. His critical, I believe, is higher than Super Saiyan 2 Goku, but key restore speed is a little lower, if I'm not mistaken. Same red and yellow, and Saiyan and Super Saiyan. Nothing special on those cards there. Deals major pierce damage on Revolt Pile here. Afflicts attribute downgrade to the enemy -1 arts card draw speed for 15 timer counts. And 80% chance to inflict heavy bleed. So this is actually even better than Super Saiyan 2 Goku's blue card, in my opinion. The debuff to the arts card draw speed is very good. It'll screw your enemy up, just kind of puts them in a very unfavorable spot. And 80% chance heavy bleed is just more residual damage after the fact, unless they do something like pop Majin Buu's heal, something like that. Restores own health by 10%, cancels attribute downgrades. So this won't cancel stuff like paralyze or bleed, but it will get rid of all stat debuffs, like stuff like, you know, special moves that will then after the fact say character takes a sustained extra 20% strike damage. It'll get rid of stuff like that, where like your defense is lowered or your attack is lowered. Revenge Assault is the ultimate arts. It restores his ki by 30, kind of similar to Gogeta. I believe Gogeta restores by 50, but it just allows you some versatility coming right out of your ultimate arts technique. You'll be able to start up a new combo or like dodge and attack without just being stuck there with no options. Of course, we have the ultimate arts technique. Increased arts draw card speed by 1 level from 15 timer counts. I believe this might be the first time we've seen a main ability with a passive that actually does something other than just drawing the ultimate arts card. I do believe this is the first one, if I'm not mistaken, where he does have an additional buff where it increases his card draw speed in addition to giving him the ultimate arts card. So that is really cool. Makes this card stand out a little bit more there. Bardock's always coming in clutch with the Bardocks here. 21% to tag Super Saiyan based strike defense. I'm not entirely sure what this upgrades to at 5 stars, or if it does. I'm assuming it does, but it's not as versatile as you would hope for a Saiyan. It's really only for Super Saiyan 1 teams, but he can be a selfish member on any Super Saiyan team or Saiyan team. He'll just soak up Saiyan buffs, and he'll buff your other Super Saiyans. Might be better to run this guy than Super Saiyan Goku, the one with the Shoryuken uppercut, just depending on what the rest of your team looks like. That's something that's really up to what you want to build. It's cool in the game now we're getting a roster that's big enough to promote sub-builds inside of team metas. So, you know, you have your Saiyan meta, you know, sub-build Super Saiyan, sub-build, you know, just random regular Bardock base form, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 2, and then you can sub into that with just Goku or Vegeta themed teams now. It's really cool, you guys, and it's only going to get better and unfortunately more expensive. Well, not more expensive, but, you know, it's consistently expensive. Alright, beginning of a legend. The following effects will occur when this character enters the battlefield if tagged Super Saiyan other than this character is a battle member. Again, focusing on your Super Saiyan based teams. 30% to strike damage inflicted, or sorry, 30% to damage inflicted, -5 to strike and blast arts cost, and plus 40% to own key recovery. This is a pretty absurd set of buffs. Every time he enters the battlefield with no time limit or amount of restrictions like Dabura or Majin Buu's 2-time limit. So that's really powerful right there for your Super Saiyan based teams. The Golden Saiyan applies the following effects and applied Super Saiyan blah 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 when you switch. Basically, if you have Super Saiyans on your team, you're switching units. You get plus 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, 30% to critical rate for 15 timer counts, and 70% to critical damage for 15 timer counts. Wow. Applies the following effects to allied when characters are switched. So I don't have him yet. I can't play test this. I'm not sure if when you're switching into Bardock you get this, or when you're switching out of Bardock it applies it onto the next character. I believe it's when you switch into Bardock, but I could be wrong there. You know, it could be the other way. It's hard to... Wow, that's really powerful, especially when you stack that with his other set of buffs there, you guys. This is why I said that Bardock is the trophy unit on the banner. Card art looking great there. He's got Chilled and First Form Frieza in the back. Moving forward, we have Chilled, who is a hard support unit for, again, the lineage of evil, I think is what it's called, tag. I believe that's what it's called. Looks cool, his version of the death ball there. But, what is it? Is it Lineage of Evil? Yeah, Lineage of Evil. Cool that his red card has the same paralyze that Dabura's yellow card has on it. I'm not sure what the chance on that is, but it seems to come out pretty consistently. His stats are a little bit lower than anybody else's on the banner in terms of attack or, you know, either or, but he does have a very high critical rate and a very high key restore speed. Those two stats are higher than either of the other two units on the banner. And anime original sagas. It's important to note that Chilled and Bardock are not tagged as movie units, even though they're in, I don't know, I guess you could call it movie or TV special, whatever you want to call it. But again, hard support here, very good key restore, very good critical rate. Nothing special about the red card itself, other than some of them will have the paralyze effect. The Death Ball, 70% chance to inflict paralyze. This is where some of his supportive characteristics come in. Major explode damage. I don't think that he's going to be pushing out a whole lot of damage here outside of when you're on type advantage. But the paralyze will be great. It'll force a swap potentially into type disadvantage because nobody wants to play with their character randomly just seizing up all of a sudden and the enemy getting a free combo. So that's cool. Very high rate of paralyze. Unlocked Form of Life. Gradually recovers own health for 25 timer counts with each count. Again, I don't have him, so I don't know how much life he restores, but it's kind of like Demon King's Piccolo's passive, where he's just constantly recovering health, but this one is just temporary and associated with his green card. It would be cool if he maybe had like a strike or blast damage buff or vanishing gauge recovery buff or anything else on there besides the healing, but hopefully the healing is pretty good to compensate for that. Main ability, Inherited Malice, applies the following effect to all tag lineage of evil characters. Plus 70% to Vanish Gauge recovery for 15 timer counts, 35% to damage inflicted, and -5 to strike and blast arts cost for 30 timer counts. Kind of similar to some of the passives that Super Saiyan Bardock has going on, but just for your, again, lineage of evil characters there. And it's a main ability, not a passive. Very powerful. The 35% to damage inflicted for 30 timer counts is probably the best thing about this, but honestly everything about it's really good. You got Vanish Gauge and minus card cost. That's again where his hard support comes in. 12% to tag Lineage of Evil max base health and 15% health restoration during battle. These are the abilities that I typically don't like very much. I prefer offense, and then as a secondary, I prefer defense. Key recovery even would be better than this in my personal opinion, but again, he's good on a Lineage of Evil team, but we're going to need more Lineage of Evil members to build that specific team as opposed to just a more generic Frieza Force team, because right now we only have the Final Form Frieza. Maybe you'll have the blue sparking Pod Frieza, you'll have Cooler, and then Chilled. So you're at 4 or 5 units depending, maybe 6 if you throw an EX Frieza in there, but we need better versions of that before this team's fully fleshed out. It will be a great team, and he's a great supportive member of it here, Chilled. The Greatest Space Pirate. The following effects will occur if your own health ratio is higher than your opponent's when entering the battlefield. 30% to own key recovery and 25% to damage inflicted. It'll be removed if your health drops. Kind of again similar to how Super Saiyan Bardock's got some special buffs going on with his special teammates, and I think Bardock's are better in this situation right here. Obviously Bardock's got better buffs, but 25% to damage and key recovery is definitely not bad. It's just maintaining that higher health is going to be somewhat circumstantial. Reduce allies' damage received from tag Super Saiyan by 80% for 15 timer counts when defeated. So again, similar to Pikkon, when he dies, Gogeta will get a special buff. When Chilled here dies, the other Lineage of Evil characters will get a special buff. I don't personally like this. I don't like going into battle planning on any characters dying, but I guess if someone Rising rushes you, this would be the character to toss in front of it as the fodder for Rising Rush. I mean, unless you need him for a green matchup. But yeah, you want him to die. You want any character to die on this team specifically. It's going to be Chilled here, which is amusing. We have returning units, Super Saiyan 1 Vegeta, the red one. So that would be a pull you'd really want to avoid. and Captain Ginyu, who for me is 6-star, so I really want to avoid him. This Super Saiyan Vegeta here is quite cool. He does have a good buffing ability to your just Super Saiyan teams as well, so he could theoretically team with the new Super Saiyan Bardock pretty good also. And he draws a blue card, so he's good at canceling Majin Vegeta's self-destruct. So again, this character here, good stats, 57,000 blast attack for a range damage dealer. He's 2 yellow cards, Final Flash on him, 15% to his next blue card, so you could combo that kind of like how you play the pod freezes, you know, use a blue card, use a green card, use main ability, get another blue card for some added damage. I like this EX Vegeta right here. I want to see what this Final Flash looks like really quickly. We're getting close to the end of the video, you guys. Got a couple summons to make, but nothing crazy. Looks just like the Super Vegeta's Final Flash. I don't know why I expected it to be any different. We have the double buster on this new EX Trunks from the Cell Saga. I like this one's hairstyle, and he's not super roided out like the other one, but I'm not sure you'd want to run this guy over the green Sparking Trunks from the future if you have him. But a great bench character for your Hybrid Saiyans team here. Again, that double buster there. Not going to spend too much time on the EX cards, but very similar to the dead Vegeta EX unit we were looking at on this banner. 57k blast attack on this guy as well here. And that's all, you guys. We'll do the daily summons here, and I'll throw a couple of tickets around that I have. I honestly want more freaking EX units from the Masters Pack. I want more Zarbon, and I want more Pod Frieza to make my Frieza Force team stronger. So, daily summon on USTS 7 is kind of looking here. Doubt we'll get anything good. I have a guaranteed sparking ticket from the login that we can throw at the Masters Pack as well. And then we'll close it out, you guys. Again, I'm more of a budget player, so I'm not going to throw any summons at this banner until after I see what my guaranteed sparking tickets look like. Then I may, also depends on any news that we hear about the Broly event. So, or Broly banner. Jeez, so many banners with all these tickets and stuff. We'll do the daily down here. And, alright, it looks like doo-doo. You never know, though. I kind of feel like skipping some of these animations for time when you know it's going to be bad here. Frieza's beating us up, but again, you never know what might happen. Again, guys, let me know if you made any summons on USTS 7. Let me know how they went down in the comments. Did you get Bardock? Did you get Lord Chilled? Did you get Super Saiyan 2 Goku, or did you buy him? Let me know. I always like to hear about, wow, that's depressing, Cyberman. Alright, so those are those tickets there. That's the guaranteed ticket. We got a daily on Ultra Space Time number 6, which still has 1 day left on it. Lots of pods, so we're getting at least an EX unit here. That'll be cool. I don't feel as bad about not wanting to skip that one. We got a draw there. Red text. So definitely EX unit incoming here, you guys. Goku getting whacked. Oh, sparking unit coming on USTS 6. I really wish this was USTS 7, but if this is Dabura, I'll be quite happy here. It's very late in the game, the last day of the banner. What are we gonna get? Is it old trash or new treasure? Another Boo. Alright, I'll take that for my regeneration team. It gets him to 3 stars. We'll help him out a little bit. Guaranteed sparking on a daily, though. When we saw the Vegeta show up, I'll take it. It's not one of the Piccolos, or I forget who else is on this banner. That's how long this banner's been floating around here. And again, you guys, talking about that, when you go to the new banner, it's going to be around until January 11th. So you cannot feel bad about saving crystals to find out what's going to be happening around Christmas time with maybe the Broly movie, because this banner will be around well into the new year. So don't feel bad about not rushing to summon on it right now. Yeah, okay, well, alright, I got 2-star... No, I have no Dabura and 3-star Gotenks and 3-star Fat Boo from that banner. Let's do another sparking. Let's see 2 sparkings in a row here. Guaranteed sparking summon on the Masters Pack. Alright, Super Saiyan, lots of pods. We know it's going to be a sparking. It's just, will it be a reasonable one? Will we get another Android 17 maybe? I'd love to see him. I would like to see another Super Vegeta. I would really like to see another Super Vegeta. But, we'll find out here. Kid Gohan. That's not really what I wanted to see. Alright, that ticket was kind of Shaft City. We've done all the dailies. The yellow banner is kind of trappy, although I'd love Demon King Piccolo. I'm going to throw a consecutive at the Masters Pack with tickets. And that'll be it, you guys. So I'll give you the spiel right here. Just, if you're new around here, I'd love to see you again on future videos. Consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell so you'll be notified when I put something new out. I try to do videos as often as I can. This is going to be awful. Well, EX units are all I really, really want. You know, we want, again, we want Pod Frieza and we want Zarbon. But if you enjoy the content, consider throwing a thumbs up on it, you guys. It definitely helps spread me out on YouTube. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting me and watching the videos here. And comment down below how your summons are going on this USTS 7, how your PvP is going, anything else you'd like to report to me. That was awful. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to cut it short here. You have a good one, and I'll be back soon for another video with you guys. So, catch you on the next one, and peace out, y'all.